Hello everybody, Ed here bringing you all things Leeds and welcome along to a live match preview ahead of Leeds United's clash with Chelsea at Elland Road tomorrow. It's an early one, it's a 12:30 kickoff live on BT Sport, and speaking of being live, we are live right now on YouTube and Facebook, so hello to everyone who is joining us right now, welcome along. Hope you all enjoy the video, and if you do, make sure to give it a like, share, and subscribe, and get your comments in, your score predictions in ahead of this big game. And you know what? I'm both looking forward to it and not looking forward to it. I think it'll be a good game. You know, two good sides, good players, good football will be on display. There'll be plenty of chances for both teams, and I'm sure it's going to be an exciting game, but I'm also not looking forward to it because of the pitch at Elland Road. We saw against Aston Villa, players still slipping and sliding all over the place, and I do think it hinders how we play, really does the pitch. I feel, against Aston Villa, we had so much of the ball, so much of the possession, but we just couldn't do anything, and I think, mainly down to misplaced passes because players are slipping over. I think the pitch has a really negative impact on games at Elland Road now, and I do think it hinders how we play and how the opposition plays as well. So I think it's going to be a major negative impact on tomorrow's game. I cannot wait for the new pitch to be installed in the summer. But I do still think it'll be an interesting game tomorrow. It's going to be an interesting watch. And it's a free hit for Leeds United, really. Of course, against one of the traditional top six, big six in the Premier League, against a really good team in Chelsea tomorrow. So it is a free hit, basically. I'm going into the game with no expectations whatsoever. And I think that's the smart thing as well, going into games like this, games like, against Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs, just to go into these kind of games with no expectations, because then you're not left too disappointed when you end up losing the game, which, can so easily happen. No expectation tomorrow. It's a free hit, and it's going to be a very, very tough game against Chelsea. They have a very good team, and I'm in top form at the moment as well. They've lost just 2 of their last 17 games in all competitions, with 3 draws and 12 wins. Unbeaten in the last 12 as well, with just 2 draws. So they're in a very fantastic form at Chelsea at the moment, and they've really improved under new manager Thomas Tuchel, who of course replaced Frank Lampard a couple of months ago. He's got them well organised, playing good football, and they will certainly finish in the top 4 this season. I've got no doubts about that. And he's got players performing again. Timo Werner, who was quite quiet early on in the season, but of course did score against Leeds early on in the season. But he's firing all cylinders now, with 10 goals and 6 assists for him this season. They've also got the likes of Mason Mount, who's got 6 goals and 5 assists. Kai Havertz with 5 assists and 5 goals. They are without their top goal scorer, though, Tammy Abraham. He's set to miss the game with an ankle injury, but Ziyech, Chilwell and Giroud could return, but Thiago Silva remains out. So, they certainly do have a good squad to Chelsea, the likes of, Havertz, Mount and Timo Werner, but, they are without some players, but we have players back ourselves, don't we? Jamie Shackleton is back after a muscular injury, so he's an option there. He's not going to start, but he's an option for us. He's a very decent player as Shackleton. Of course, Phillips and Rodrigo returned to the West Ham game and got through that game unscathed. And so they're available for selection on Saturday, and it was good to see him back against West Ham, really. Of course, Rodrigo scored for the under-23s as well, scored 2 goals for them against Wolves. So it's good to see these players back. Calvin Phillips, I was so impressed with him against West Ham United, considering that he hasn't played any football for weeks. He hasn't played any under-23 games. Rodrigo, I thought he looked good as well when he came on for Tyler Roberts. It's good to have these players back, of course. Bavardi is, of course, back as well. Bavardi's never going to start, but he's an option there. When we had a couple of weeks ago, we just had Stewart and Cooper as the only fit senior centre backs. So Bavardi there as an option, which is good. And Robin Koch as well. He could be back playing for the under-23s on Monday. So that'll be good to welcome him back soon. But Pascal Stewart and Pablo Hernandez are out, unfortunately, and Pablo Hernandez out again without him playing a game of football. It's hard to see how how he's going to fit in for the rest of the season. I don't think he's going to play many minutes before he leaves the club in the summer, which I do think will happen. But Pascal Struijk is unfortunate that he's injured, really. I've been enjoying Pascal Struijk's performances recently. He's been improving game by game. As Pascal Struijk, he's really stepped up to the plate, and he's a fantastic player. And he's one less option now. It would have been great to have Llorente and Struijk there fighting for a position there, but Struijk is out now, unfortunately. But as I say, we do have Bavadi there, so yeah, we do have players back, which is very good. And I think for the team tomorrow, I think the 11 that finished the game against West Ham, I'd say that's our best 11 at the moment. I think Alioski at left back and Jack Harrison on the left wing, I think they're a really good partnership. I really enjoy that partnership. I think that mainly stems from me where I sit in the south stand, right in the corner. So I have Alioski and Jack Harrison running down my side, and yeah, they're a really good partnership. Really a good set of players, and I feel as though with them playing, we're a lot more balanced. And then Stuart Dallas in midfield does a fantastic job. And Click, I can't see Click starting many games the rest of the season. If I'm being honest, I don't think he's not at it this season. Is Click? We've said it for a number of weeks since the end of 2020. Click hasn't really been performing as we know he can do. So I think the 11 that finished the game against West Ham with Dallas in midfield, Rodrigo next to him, and then Alioski and Jack Harrison on the left, I think that's our best 11. I really, really do. Rodrigo, so much more talented than Tyler Roberts. I think Tyler Roberts just needs a really good loan move to the Championship. We've seen the likes of Tammy Abraham do well with loan moves, and now he's starting for Chelsea. So, I think Tyler Roberts could do with a really good loan move into the Championship, really. Rodrigo, I think he's much better in that attacking midfield role. Rodrigo's so much more talented, experienced, skillful, and he's at a record signing, a club record signing. He needs to start. So I'd start Rodrigo and then Dallas next to him personally, and then Alioski and Harrison on the left, really, because I don't think Costa. He splits opinion, doesn't he? I mean, he can have a good game and then he can have a bad game. Of course, he set up Tyler Roberts for a goal on Monday against West Ham, but of course he got chalked off, unfortunately. But the 11 that finished against West Ham, I'd go with that 11 to start the game against Chelsea. But whoever plays, certainly going to have a tough job on their hands against a really, really good side against Chelsea. And as I say, it's a free hit, no expectations. I just think we just need to get through this one with no injuries, no suspensions. And we can focus on the Fulham game and the following week. Of course, it's away in London. We haven't won in London since December 2017. So, the curse of London, of course, continued after losing against West Ham. So, you probably maybe going into that trip to Fulham and thinking, no, we'll probably lose that. But Fulham, they're a beatable team. And if we're going to break the London curse, it's going to be against Fulham. I feel as though that's the more important game. So, free hit tomorrow against Chelsea, get through it without any injuries or suspensions, and just focus on a more important game against Fulham. Of course, we're only 9 points above Fulham now, which is just insane. We were miles ahead of them a few weeks ago, and in the space of a few weeks, we could be level on points with Fulham. It's absolutely crazy how close the division is at the moment. But of course, we're 11th in the table, still on 35 points, just 5 more points needed for the magic 40 points, and we've survived. But we need that next win, and hopefully it comes against Fulham. But free hit tomorrow, and then just get through it. Focus on a more important game against Fulham. And now we have an awful record against Chelsea to Leeds United, just 1 win, 1 draw, and 6 defeats in the last 8 meetings. Of course, we lost 3-1 at Stamford Bridge earlier on in the season back in December. And Chelsea will be looking to do the league double over Leeds for the first time since 1989. They'll certainly fancy the chances. And Chelsea could break a new club record tomorrow by recording 4 consecutive wins against Leeds United in all competitions. We haven't beaten Chelsea since December 2002, so a long, long time ago. I do remember the last time we faced Chelsea at Elland Road, I think 2012 was it, in the League Cup at Elland Road, that 5-1 defeat. We did go 1-0 up in the first half, 1-0 up at half time. It was an incredible atmosphere, but we did end up losing, and we have a terrible record against Chelsea. So I'm not really expecting much tomorrow. I think the best we can get is probably a point. So I'm going to predict a 2-2 draw, an exciting 2-2 draw. That's what I predict. But yeah, no, I think it'd be a very tough job if we're gonna win this one. But yeah, so it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be an interesting game on the pitch, of course, but it should be good. Should be good anyway. And yeah, I am quite looking forward to it. But it is an early one, as I say, 12:30. So yeah, set your alarms for tomorrow. But we'll wrap it up there. Thank you to everyone who has joined. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Get your comments in as well. And until next time, take care, stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Enjoy the game.